So Uncharted came out on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, and digital. I bought the Blu-ray the day after it came out, and now I had a chance to watch the movie twice because the first time I watched it, I was very close to falling asleep. So in this video, I am a noob to the Uncharted universe. I have never played any of the games. So in this video, this is going to be a noob's review to the new Uncharted movie. But before I give you my thoughts, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What did you think of Uncharted? Are you familiar with the games? Or are you like me and just wanting an action movie from this? I want to know all that and more down below. And with that said, here is my thoughts on Uncharted. Uncharted follows Nathan Drake and Victor Sullivan, and they go on an adventure to find some lost gold, but they are in competition with a man who believes that the gold belongs in his lifeline. This was exactly what I wanted from this movie. A fun and dumb action movie. There's a bunch of stuff that I really enjoyed about this film, and not so much that I didn't enjoy about this film. This is just a very enjoyable film. It's like they made this film not to be a Uncharted movie, but to be an action movie, and they just put the Uncharted and all the names in here. But again, I don't really know about Uncharted but from what I'm hearing from everyone's reviews, that could be what this is they just wanted to make a fun action movie. And as a fun action movie, it really works. My first positive I want to talk about is the casting. Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg have excellent chemistry. That's my favorite thing in the world when big name actors go on screen together. It's just so fun to watch them and all their chemistry. It's some of my favorite types of things to watch in movies, and they do it excellent here. And everyone else does a good job. There's some people who I think it's more of a writing problem why I didn't like them, like the villain, but they all do a great job here, and the casting is really well casted. There's also some pretty excellent action sprinkled out throughout here. Now, there's not as much action sequences as I wanted, but there is plenty enough to keep me invested. There's two really big ones, which is a plane sequence and the final sequence, and that stuff is all really fun. And even the small little action sequences, it's all well choreographed and well shot enough to keep my interest. There's also enough twists and turns and engaging stuff to keep anyone interested. There's so many twists and turns, and that's just one thing I absolutely love about this movie is how twisty and turny it is, because I never really know who's going to betray who or what's going to happen, and it's just all a lot of fun. I briefly mentioned this while I was talking about the action, but this film is well shot, and it's just pretty bright and cheery. It doesn't try to be emotional or anything. Well, there's some emotional beats in here. They don't really resonate with me, but it just tries to be a little bit emotional, but it's mainly just all fun movie. Like I said, they really just wanted to make a fun action movie, and this is really what it was. It had great action, great casting. They shot this film in a way that is just feels like it's really fun. It's a really nice action movie, and that's the best I could say about this movie, is that it's just a really fun action movie. It's very rewatchable. I can totally see myself rewatching this movie thousands of times in the future. It's not one of my favorite movies of the year, but I can just totally see myself rewatching it because of the star power. Exactly like Infinity War. I did not like Infinity War when I first watched it, but I can rewatch that because of the star power and a lot of things about that movie. And that doesn't really go for here, because I really liked Uncharted when I watched it, but I just really like this movie. This movie is a very fun action film with a great cast. I did have like one problem with it though, and that was the villain. The villain just it felt like this is a big villain from the games. I don't really know because I didn't play them, but I felt like that's just a big villain from the games, and they basically just made her a assassin and someone that we don't really resonate with, we don't really know much about. And that's not a real big negative, because I don't really care about that. But it didn't really work like that. We could have had a better villain, and it would have made this film even more entertaining. And then there was one thing that for an action movie, there's only like 4 action sequences, but that's fine because there's enough stuff that kept my interest. I just decided to warn you going into this one, it doesn't have as much action sequences as one might think. So, Uncharted, it is worth it. I recommend that you watch this. If you are a massive Uncharted fan, I'm not really sure what to tell you. You might just want to go ahead and wait until it's on a streaming service you have, or just rent it for cheap. But to me, I found it, if you just are an action movie fan, I found it really nice that I bought this, because I highly recommend you just buy the Blu-ray. And if I went to see this in theaters, I would say you could go see it in theaters too. This is a really fun movie. I'm going to go ahead and give this, let's say a B+, a 7.5 out of 10, and 3.5 stars. A very fun action movie that I highly recommend you watch, and it's in the top half of the movies for the year. I've officially seen 10, and it's in the top half of them. Alright, so I'm seeing Doctor Strange 2 tonight, in about, actually, by the time I'm voiceovering this, in about an hour and a half is when the movie starts, and I'm pretty excited. So, of course, make sure to wait for a review on that one, probably coming tomorrow, maybe later, because I might have to think about it some more. But anyways, I got plenty more reviews coming. Thank you for clicking on this video, and make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.